What's going on YouTube? This is your boy Rain here, and today I'm going to be making a video about Marvel Rivals and is it still going to survive even with the fact that Deadpool is out now? And will Deadpool keep the relevancy of the game going for the rest of 2026? Basically, I'm going to be predicting almost the future of Marvel Rivals in this year. Now, I'm going to start off with the good things about Marvel Rivals before I get into the bad things, because specifically, if we're thinking about the good things of Marvel Rivals, is that, for one, they are at over 100,000 people on Steam right now, which is incredible. Obviously, I can't say that's a bad thing, that they're a dead game or whatever. It's not a dead game. By any means, it wasn't even a dead game before that. And on top of that, they had one of their biggest tournaments just happen, and obviously there's a lot of drama going on with it. Well, not one of the biggest tournaments, but they had a big tournament happen. There's a lot of drama that happened with it, but respectfully, there's a lot of shit going on in the community of Marvel Rivals, and a lot of people are talking about it. So at the very least, it's a big topic, and hence why I can bring it up now. But what I will say to you is I'm going to be talking about the things that are going to hurt Marvel Rivals for the future. The main thing is the appeal for the casual player of this game. For anyone that's like, hey, this game is free to play. Hey, Deadpool just came out. I really love Deadpool. I want to try this game out. This game gives zero incentive for a new player. Even after only a year of this game being out, they've give zero incentive for a new person to want to play. You got to think about competitive is cancer. You got to think about quick play is unplayable. The matchmaking is really bad. The community is very toxic. There's nothing that's really appealing for a new player to play the game except for the characters that they're trying to play. So why would anyone stick around for a long time if they're a new player? Now, we're going to get into the conversation of the player that's been there since day one. Marvel Rivals itself hasn't really had a system that has provided them with any sort of good news, I would have to say. If you have to think of every patch note in the last 3 months, it's been garbage. And you gotta also think about patch notes in the past year, that there's characters that are just not being touched whatsoever and they're allowed to be broken, like Namor, Hela, just to name a couple. But like, you gotta think to yourself that like, is this game going to be able to sustain itself with how it's being treated currently? Now, the format of how this game makes money is obviously off of microtransactions, and I do think this game is the best at giving back to the community when it comes to cosmetics in the game and making people be like, hey, at least you have some incentivization to pay money and buy our cosmetics, because hey, we're gonna give back, we're gonna give you guys skins for free, we're gonna give you all these things. Now, one thing they did incentivize though is like premium sub battle passes that only happen once a season. It's like a limited time battle pass that they did start introducing, and I don't really fuck with that, considering that they were the ones advertising the battle passes that last forever formula, and now they're at this point where it's like, it's limited time, guys, and or you have to spend full money on this shit, right? Which was very much what Overwatch did. And I knew NetEase was going to go down this direction with their game, but, you know, they had to at least incentivize us to spend money at the beginning and think that it was a good decision. And now they're not really giving us a good reason to spend money on this game. It makes us more have to play the game a lot to earn rewards, which is not a bad thing at all. I think in the video game they should have that. But at the same time, there shouldn't be a lot of false advertising. I also do think that a lot of the best things that they put out in the game cosmetic-wise are specifically, you have to spend money on it. Next thing is, I think the competitive scene has been broken for a very long time, considering that I think the esports scene and just the rank scene in general are completely separate from each other. At this point, they haven't really made an identity for the esports or anything like that, but in the same record, the competitive scene is such a fucking lopped mess that people are going to be like, well, there's no point even grinding when you're just going to make a Smurf account and you're going to grind to the same rank that you already were at. just so you didn't have to sit there and lose like 10 games in a row and you lose rank. And it's incentivizing people just to smurf and smurf and smurf, and then people get banned for that. There's a lot of issues with this game that need to be addressed, I think, to be honest with you, before we even move forward with like this game even growing. I don't think the game's gonna grow. I think the game is gonna sink slowly. And Overwatch 2 has more of an incentivization to grow because they're trying new things and they're making people want to actually play the game. You know, not just introducing a character and be like, everyone come play now. But if you guys disagree, let me know in the comments below. And make sure you guys have a good old jolly day there, boys. Peace out. I love y'all. Y'all are G's.